And right about 10 seconds technically on the elapsed time, so hopefully now it won't cut off anything I say. Hey everybody, welcome. This is the Battlefront Livestream podcast, as I call it. More vodcast than podcast, but the key being that it's much more about the discussion, much more about the commentary than it is about the actual gameplay itself. If you want just pure gameplay, play the frickin' game. We are jumping in here after a long day of streaming yesterday. Did about 4 hours worth or so of streaming yesterday. And here we are, a day before Thanksgiving. The controversy around the game continues to mount. And yeah, just going to jump in and do some quick run-throughs. And just kind of play around a little bit. Maybe do some discussion if we wind up with anybody not just watching live, but watching live in the chat. And just kind of go from there. Probably won't be an incredibly long stream, though, because this being the day before Thanksgiving, I've got some cleaning up to do and some preliminary cooking that I'll be doing here in just a little while. So, we jump in here. Let's see what today's timed challenge is. Defeat 25 enemies as an interceptor class ship. No problem, which means I'll be jumping into Starfighter Assault. So let's see what else we've got. 50 enemies with fighter, 50 enemies with bomber, and 50 enemies with interceptor. I'm a little ways through with each of those, so that's fun. I can knock out those. 250 is the next level of each of those. What else do we have for anything specific for interceptor? Boba Fett, Boba Fett, Boba Fett. We had Han Solo a second ago. Vader, Vader, Vader kind of stuff. Well, yep, Darth Vader, Luke, Kylo Ren, Poe, Yoda, hero ships in general. Nope, Scimitar. Alright, so basically it's just that only relatively low amount of stuff there. But that's fine. Let's open up the daily crate and then jump to Starfighter Assault then. Daily login crate. Which I believe says it contains 3 things, but almost never actually does, as we see here. What the hell? Gee, I wonder if it's 5 crafting parts and 70... Ooh, 125 credits instead of 75. Amazing! For what it's worth, for those who are curious, what I'm still trying to do at this point is I've got 2 more characters to unlock before I start using any credits on crates. Hey, JL, so we got to knock out another little over 1,400 credits to eventually get Palpatine and Chewbacca there. So, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to knock out the Starfighter Assault stuff first because that is the time challenge. Plus, we've got our, those get 50 kills with different types. So, Interceptor is where I'll need to go first. Ryloth. For the record, I did play some more last night after the streams. After my wife went to bed, I played a little bit before I went to bed. And yeah, still have not seen Kashyyyk at all on Galactic Assault. Saw Kamino another couple times, Tatooine a couple more times that I hadn't seen before, but have not seen it otherwise. Again, JL, I have no idea what Balto even is. Ryloth. We're above Ryloth, where it doesn't really matter because we're in space.
An ambush. All Republic forces prepare for attack.
Here we go, Interceptor. Or at least I have something for Interceptor. Alright. I really need to get that one that is, get the first kill, but actually getting the first kill is a really difficult thing to pull off. I'm assuming somebody, yeah, there were already plenty of kills before that ever happened. Damn it! I figured this is probably the mode on which it's most likely that I might actually be able to pull off the get the first kill thing, which is its own, whatchamacallit, its own thing, its own milestone. There you go. I have no... I mean, what is it? I have no idea what it even is. It's an animated series, okay, but an animated series about... Hey, James? Ah! Well, that sucked.
Free our cruiser. Disable those tracks.
There we go.
Our bombers have completed their attack run.
Alright, so let's take out some of these turrets so I can get that... Or try to, so I can get that thingy. That milestone. Because it's turrets and objectives and then just kills in general. Ah. Gotcha. Damn, come on. There we go. Whoa! And take out more turrets, more turrets, more turrets. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. That counts.
Our cruisers caught in their tractor beams. Take them out.
It would have to fit a standard to be able to actually use it for a history course. Alright. Okay, that doesn't... I've heard of diphtheria, but it doesn't... Like I said, it would, to use it in a class, you'd have to fit one of the actual standards required for the curriculum of that course. And there's next to nothing Alaska-based in any of the Georgia curriculum history courses. Other than just, hey, it just became a state. It's pretty much left out entirely. Let's do it, guys! Like, you just can't teach whatever you want in a history course. It's got to be... it's got to be aligned to whatever the state standards are.
Tractor beams are down, brothers. Now, show them what clone troopers are capable of. It's time they learned a little respect.
Show them what clone troopers are capable of. Like, being confused for one another and stuff. That's another turret. That's good. Man! Get your ass back here. Sheesh.
Take down that communications array. Then they're trapped here with us.
Woo! I said not a big... my wife would probably be the one more likely to watch that kind of feature. It just doesn't really fall within my interest area. Uh-oh. Ah! Ah! Whee! I mean, supposedly they've already found character models of Grievous within the game, but there's been no official announcement at all of anything regarding Grievous going into the game. So if so, it's not within the December season of The Last Jedi, which is the only expansion stuff they've announced so far. Come on, you bastard. There we go.
No longer a problem.
No longer a problem.
Only one cruiser remains. Reinforcements are here.
I'm actually shooting. I'm not even hitting it, am I? It's showing it to me from the opposite side of that freaking dish.
Enemy down.
Enemy down.
Bombing run failed.
There we go. Up and blown up. Okay, that's fine. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, except for Yoda, which is 2. Okay. Oh, there. Kill assist. Somebody came in and took my kill with 1 shot.
Those generators power their communications array. Blast them.
Haha! Eat that! Was that Darth Maul? Or Darth Maul or Kylo Ren, I think.
But too late.
American Tail I saw years ago with 5-0. I don't remember much of it, but I saw it when I was a kid. Ah, I hate that.
We're gonna have to continue without it.
Keep taking out those generators. The communications array is almost done for.
Baza!
Running from that.
You know, I'm actually not sure because sometimes it seems like they do and sometimes it seems like they don't. So it may be for like different, milestones that it counts differently. That was lucky! Whee! What are my abilities even? Auxiliary power, dual concussion missiles, and focused mine? Okay. Baza!
Communication array destroyed. Let's clear the air of enemy fighters before we attack the heart of the ship.
Let's clear the air by blowing motherfuckers up. Whoa!
We're under fire!
Their ship has a key structural flaw. If we destroy
No
their
kidding,
control
we're under
tower,
fire.
The blast doors will open and the reactor will be exposed.
Aha! That thing? No problem. Boom! Uh-oh, missile lock on.
It'll be all right.
Lock doors open. The reactor's exposed. Hit it with everything you've got before they get their shields back online.
Alright. Where's the friggin' reactor at so I can get some points for doing some...
Republic bombers incoming. Escort them to their hut.
Shit. I'm about to get blown up if I don't get my friggin'... If that health... Yeah, I'm gonna die. Unless that health thing gets filled quick. Nope. I was a sliver away from the double button ability that actually gives you health back. And somehow I got no battle points that entire time. That's some bullshit. Do I watch the new DuckTales? No. Why is the Millennium Falcon... What during the Clone Wars?
Stabilize us down.
Ooh, there's another one of these suckers. Oh, I mean, in theory, it was around during the Clone Wars. We just don't see it during the Clone Wars.
Doors are opening.
But
Get in there and hit the reactor before they restore shields.
and the heroes are the one thing within the game that doesn't necessarily adhere to era restrictions. Faction restrictions, yes, but not era restrictions. What the? Gotta take out one more of those big old things. Oh, it's inside. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Ah, for fuck's sake! Never have seen the wild thornberries. And unlikely. Most of the way geography courses work don't have a whole lot of... There's some cultural stuff, but not nearly enough to... I mean, you can't even really focus on a at least in our courses, you can't even really focus on a region within a country because that is too narrow of a field to focus on. It has to be full regional stuff or it doesn't fit the standards the way that they're set up. Not to, I mean, and it's all theoretical anyway because I couldn't use that kind of thing with a class anyway because I'm not in a classroom anymore. Ah, ha, ha. It's shit, you separatist bitches! Okay.
Got a clear shot of the reactor. Get in there, quick.
Bow. Bow. Bow.
Ready, Rick?
Gotta get to the core to destroy the core. Pretty sure it's inside here. Right? Yeah. Let's not hit the lip of the friggin' thing again. There we go. Oh! Fucking A. As soon as I turned on the superpower thing. Yep, we're dead. Defeat.
We've met our match. Retreat while we still can.
At least last night I was slow, I guess because more of the hardcore people are getting on, that I did actually see a couple instances where we were playing Galactic Assault and the side that has to do the objectives actually, they actually won, which happens only about a quarter of the time normally during the day. Do I download the despecialized versions of Star Wars or buy them legally? Well, given the fact that you can't buy the despecialized edition versions of Star Wars legally, the only option is to download them. There is no legal way to buy them because they are, by definition, by their very existence, copyright infringement. You can't buy them legally. And if someone does buy them, then they're breaking the law, and so is the person selling them. 5 more objectives. 13 more enemies.
They've led us
Wow.
into a trap.
Not bad.
Brace for impact.
Oh, cool. We're in the... Oh, but there's no bomber. Weird. We're in the, sequel trilogy era. Key. I've actually gotten to fly the Scimitar once, and I've flown the, TIE Silencer once, and didn't really do much. No, you can't get them legally on a website. Okay, I see it. Sorry, I see that illegally. Yeah, you can get them illegally on a website, yes.
Our turbo lasers still active.
Getting them at all
Defend those generators.
is not legal. Producing them at all is not legal. The fact that Lucasfilm doesn't sue Harmy doesn't mean that it's legal. It just means that they're not pursuing legal action. But at any time, Disney or Lucasfilm or 20th Century Fox could snap their fingers, basically, and send a cease and desist, and it's all over. Because that doesn't count under fair use law.
Engaging enemies. spotted. Destroy
Funny,
them
I still
before they can
use
reach
the,
their
I still instinctively hit square as if I need to, reload my cannons. Even though, of course, I don't. Whoa!
Enemy fighters are getting through. Intercept them.
What do I have? Turret gunner. Automatically tracks and fires so close to behind. You can custom mission that. Okay. I had to look and see what I had. So this is similar to the setup of a Y-Wing then, in a lot of ways. Ah, I hate it when my finger just slightly, ever so slightly hits the friggin', hits left or right on the left stick, and I go into a roll that I didn't mean to do.
Don't let them destroy the generators.
I've got nothing. Should not have let that happen.
They can't use harmies. By definition, they cannot use harmies. From a legal perspective, they cannot use harmies. Period. Harmies were created illegally. They cannot use that to then make legal copies. It puts their copyright and trademarks in legal jeopardy. They cannot do that. They cannot legitimize, no matter how good they are, they cannot legitimize harmies by doing anything official with them. They would have to go through basically the same process Harmy used, but do it on their own. Even if the result was exactly the same thing. They couldn't use his, they'd have to do their own. From a legal standpoint. I will kill you! Probably gonna have to turn off the music on it soon, by the way, because that's now like 3 of the newest live streams have gotten flagged for the Star Wars music playing in the game. Damn. Ah, shit, not that one. Interceptor. Whoa! God damn it. Well, no. Well, see, that's the thing. It depends. It depends on what the copyright holder has it set up to do. In the case of most music companies, like Sony Classical that has the distribution rights for the Star Wars music, what they wind up doing is it basically sets it up so that there are advertisements on your videos, but they're advertisements that don't have revenue that go to you. The revenue goes to the company that actually owns the music. So I could be doing completely original commentary and whatnot while playing a game, and have that be the primary draw, but if I were to monetize that, I wouldn't get the money, they would. I generally don't, because I don't want to get into the copyright mess of it all anyway. So anything that I've got that either has unoriginal music, or I have like a From the Star Wars Home Video Library video that has a clip from something in it, I don't hit the monetize button on any of them. If it's something that's entirely original content, then I do. And between that and the Patreon and the book sales, I attempt to keep enough extra revenue coming in that I'm able to continue doing projects like, you know, like I just did a video review today of the deluxe edition of the Rebel Files, but that's $100 book.
Troop transports
You know?
leaving the hangar. Keep them safe.
Trying to make sure that I can keep that kind of stuff going. Oh!
That's a problem. That's a hit.
We watch the... Let's see, we watch the Arrowverse stuff. We watch Lucifer. We watch Orville, Star Trek Discovery,
To your rear.
Law and Order stuff, Gotham, like you mentioned.
They took out our ship.
We're watching Orphan Black, but of course that's over now.
Ensure their survival.
Game of Thrones, Westworld. Mostly sci-fi stuff or police procedural stuff.
Successfully escaped.
Designated Survivor is another good one that we watch. Yeah, it's when they end when they don't have a real, don't get a chance to have a real ending.
Escort our troop transports to safety.
Like, I'm fine with the show ending if it ends with a real conclusion so that it feels like you got a complete story, but when you got something that ends without notice, like they didn't realize it was going to be the last season and they leave it on a cliffhanger or something that's never resolved, that sucks. I don't. I thought about Supernatural, but they're 13 seasons in and there's no way that I would take the time on something I've never seen before to go and watch 12 back seasons. And Nick, I haven't seen Justice League yet, but yeah, I mean, they need stuff like what they did with Wonder Woman rather than what they just need to have something that has some freaking hope in it for once. I'll put it that way. I mean,
That better be the last ship we
DC's superheroes, I mean, it's a grittier universe at times in the comics, but not nearly as gritty as they make it in the movies. I mean, good God, it's like Frank Miller took over everything. You don't have much of a sense of fun in a DC movie right now. It's like watching Arrow of all the Arrowverse films. Like, oh my God, this is unrelenting darkness. That's not what I came to a movie theater to see as escapism.
Troop transports clear. That will cost the resistance. Our troop transports are making a run for it.
Ion reactor's about to blow.
We've lost our transports. The resistance will resume their attack on our destroyer.
Star Wars Commandos? Not familiar with it.
Got it.
Is that Command the mobile game?
If they take down that deflector shield, the command bridge will be fully exposed. They're targeting the midship deflector. Protect it.
Hull breach imminent.
Got it.
Boom! I didn't have any more. I was about to get a missile lock, and I didn't have any more boot afterburners, so basically there's not really much you can do to break the missile lock other than commit suicide. You still die, but they don't get credit for a kill. Ha ha ha!
Immediate repairs required. Guard that deflector shield with your life.
I thought the idea was the deflector shield was supposed to guard. Why am I guarding the Guardian?
Shields offline. The command bridge is vulnerable. Protect it at all costs.
Hit the dang leading reticle, damn it. Ah, it's a Millennium Falcon!
Enemy fighters have begun their attack run. Stop them.
Stop oppressing my people, Chewbacca! Oh, and he blew up. Ah! Ah!
Our shields are back up. Defend the deflectors.
Oh, shit.
They're firing on the front deflector. Stop them.
Still hoping they announce some VR content for this game, given the fact that there was that, I forget where it was, Germany, Finland, or somewhere, where they had an early packaging mock-up for what the game's package would look like or something, and it had the PlayStation VR mode included logo on it. I'm gonna have my hands full playing Skyrim, though. See a unique, and here we go. Excellent. Millennium Falcon is back!
Keep thinning out their numbers. Wipe them out. Shields are down. The command bridge is exposed. A few stray shots there could ignite the entire ship.
And victory!
Another victory for the First Order.
Bop, 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 bop. And again, my complaint continues that, generally speaking, the victory screens are, even on the types of matches where there are 5 different people who can show up on the victory screen, you virtually never have 5 individuals. Yeah, I thought Universal Monsters had... Oh! Universal Monsters had... Or, Dark Universe had potential, I guess. I mean, I kind of liked Mummy. Though it would be nice if they, like, given a reason for why Tom Cruise can basically take whatever punishment his body has possible and still survive, other than just, hey, he's the star. But shoehorned in or not, the idea of Russell Crowe as Jekyll and Hyde was kind of cool. But who knows if they're going to even be able to do anything now. Because it tanked. Speaking of tanking, projected sales for Battlefront, for physical copies in the UK at least, down 60%. Not so good. And Representative Mike Lee coming out and speaking out, I think it's Mike Lee, speaking out against the quote-unquote gambling in the game. So Belgium's got a Belgium's got a lawsuit already going on, and now we've got U.S. lawmakers jumping into the fray. Excuse me. So do I have the timed one done? Did I get it? No? 3 more with an interceptor. And then I can jump to something else. Okay. Good. 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 And still another 2,500, give or take, to get another character unlocked. Endor. I don't see how you can have an indoor battle with starfighters. I figure the starfighters are too big to fight indoors. You need to have an outdoor battle for starfighters. There we go.
Clear us a path to that Mon Calamari cruiser. We'll make these rebels pay.
Yes, ma'am. An actual TIE Interceptor. Cool. I don't think I'd played as a TIE Interceptor since launch. I did in the beta, I think. Let's do it!
Destroy their blockade runners, then we can press our attack.
And my fucking wing clipped something. It's the first place that I died several times in the campaign was in the debris field over Endor because my wings kept flipping stuff. I don't see how anybody flies like this with any type of precision. Even if you had VR, it wouldn't, because I don't think you have side windows on a TIE. Ugh. The best of that to go. It's too far out of range. Oh, there's one! Set for blow it the fuck up!
Destroy their blockade runners. Open the way.
Open the way. It's a very Dresden Files kind of way of putting it. Oh, come on! Smoke him!
We've lost a group of TIE bombers. Protect.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah, I just wish that, you know, it'd be nice if we get to a point where space travel is more like sci-fi space travel and less like actual space travel. Because it's not nearly as, you know, there's a lot more hardship to it than otherwise. God dang! Can I get my damn kills so I can stop using a freaking interceptor? Shit. 0 kills. Granted, I've been focusing on the objectives because I need like 5 more of those, but seriously. Get back here, you fat bearded! Let me guess. Not a fan of the TIE Interceptor. Good God, the K-Wing was a lot more versatile than this thing is. That 2-button power, that center power is crap.
Good work. Our TIE bombers finished their attack run.
I'm almost done!
Ah, god damn it. I usually enjoy Starfighter Assault. I'm fucking loathing this match so far. And the paltry options the Imperials have. Yeah, Indy, Belgium already has a commission looking into whether or not it's gambling, because they do have some pretty strict regulations against gambling. And then Mike Lee came out today about the same thing. We actually cover that concept in detail in the newest Cloud City Casino. After we talk about the different individual controversies, one of our last controversies we talk about is the whole thing with Belgium and is it gambling, is it not, and how do they legally define that sort of thing. And then the very end of it is sort of the economics of microtransactions, why microtransactions exist at all, why something absolutely has to change in... Yeah, that fucking sucked. Why something absolutely has to change in gaming pricing, the economics of gaming, in order to somehow... if we're going to get rid of microtransactions, something's got to give somewhere. I mean, we're still in an era in which people go nuts if a regular retail copy of a game is more than $60. And yet the $60 price point is a relic of the beginning of the PS3, Xbox 360 era. Prices to produce games for the producers, for the publishers, and for the developers have skyrocketed, and yet the price of the games haven't gone up to balance that out. The money's got to come from somewhere, but paid DLC is evil. Season passes, evil. How about microtransactions? Nope, sorry, microtransactions are evil, so the money's got to come from somewhere. If you want continued support and you want these big budget titles, money has to come from somewhere. So we go into that in the latter chunk of that episode with one of my more fun analogies when it comes to the gaming industry. The guy with the hot dog stand.
Calculating expedited victory.
Ooh! Catch some waves! Nope, don't do that. Gotta kill somebody. Wanna kill somebody. Be nice if I could get the first kill of the match. It's not gonna happen. Nope, already 2 kills before mine. Damn it. I need to figure out basically which map tends to, like, where the spawn points are for the individual maps, so I can get a good sense of how to race there as fast as humanly possible, because one of the milestones is to get the first kill. All you gotta do is get the first kill once, and you've got the milestone, and it's ridiculous. Yep, and it's the cheap smartphone games that are the ones that are the most profitable. Because the cheap smartphone games can use and rely on stuff like microtransactions or small prices, because they can sell them in volume and the development costs aren't nearly as much. Especially when essentially they're using similar engines over and over again without necessarily having a lot of tweaking. Like some of these companies that have made like 50 different, match the gyms games kind of things,
Incoming ally, Hyena-class bombers. Escort requested. Highly advised.
Yeah, this guy's a little bit better because it replaces that horrible middle thing with one of those middle cannons. Alright, there's one, but does that even count as a kill? Because that wasn't a human being. That was an AI. Just want to get the frickin' thing done. Because I'm trying to get the characters unlocked so I can start going after crates. Whee!
Target the Venator's bridges.
Achievement noted.
Achievement
Hyena-class bombers
noted.
have completed their attack run. Analysis. Venator bridges critical. Intensify attack.
Oh, for frack's sake. There, shit. I think honestly, one of the best pricing models that I see in gaming at this point is the way that they're and because I'm so sort of deeply into the PSVR stuff, I've seen a lot of different price points, and it basically tends to be that, I mean, they'll range anywhere from games that are less than $10 to games that are $60, but it's rare for something to actually be $60. And that way they can vary their prices, and a lot of them are digital only, so there's not a lot of production costs and distribution costs to go through a physical distribution outlet. So they have a lot more flexibility. But until we go full digital and have multiple digital outlets that are competing with each other for the same platforms, I'm not sure that we're going to see much of a shift. I know, I mean, like I said, I watched a little bit of the original Power Rangers. I couldn't tell you which season was which, and I've never watched any Power Rangers other than those, the original movie and the new movie. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. Power Rangers were just slightly past my time. Like, they were just getting going when I was just getting out of that particular genre of stuff. There. Now surely I've got my whatchamacallit now. I assume that every pilot on this game, when it comes to possibly risking their life to shoot down an enemy, is gonna do the... They're gonna say something similar to basically, what if Michael Jackson was the pilot? As they're shooting. Yeah, it is. This is Starfighter Assault on BF2. Ooh. Nope. I'll wait. I'll save. Ugh. Between my throat and everything else, I'm just like, yeah.
Tactical measures engaged.
Tactical measures engaged. Operation Annihilate. The best of the composer. 2 thought out of rage. Not anymore! Yeah, a little bit throatier, but you can't criticize based on that, because as Michael Jackson would have said, that's ignorant. That's so ignorant. Don't make fun of me. I'm the richest white woman in music. Whoa! I have no idea what Super Sentai is, so I'm assuming not. Is that like the genre of Power Rangers and VR Troopers and stuff like that?
Abort, retry, fail.
Oh, of course, and now somebody's already got... Ooh, no, I can be Kylo Ren with the TIE Silencer. I will die quickly, but it will be fun. I watched VR Troopers back in the day, too, but I didn't watch much. Captain EO! Hell yeah! The one time they aired Captain EO on MTV during around the time of the release of Michael Jackson's History album, I recorded that thing and then I digitized it later. I still have it sitting here. I loved Captain EO. We are here to change the world. Bringing energy and stuff shooting out of his hands and everything. Kylo Ren has you now, mother...
Missiles.
Firing missiles. He sounds so stoked. Even when I'm destroying things, I just can't stop being emo. Firing missiles. I guess I'll fire the missiles. Because all life is pain. Like that. Not bad. What do I even have as his card for... What's it do? For a short period after activating Focused Rage, restore a moderate amount of health on defeating the target. See, Focused Rage and stuff like that are not abilities I particularly like. Because I just don't... I don't know. It's not my thing. Captain Planet? Yes. I watched a little bit of Captain Planet. And then, could there be a more politically charged, purposely politically brainwashing cartoon than Captain Planet? I love the whole being in the Atlanta area and everything. I particularly love the robot chicken take on Captain Planet with Ted Turner jumping out the window or whatever it was he did. Captain Planet! But he's a hero. He's gonna take our take pollution down to zero by using stereotypical children that would be called racist today. Come on. But it's diversity. Yes, a diverse selection of racial stereotypes. Way to go, Captain Planet. Power Rangers in Megazord versus Kylo Ren. Depends on if he cuts their legs off versus if they get to squash him first.
It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time until what? Little bit of, whatchamacallit, little bit of a connection issue there. A little bit of stuttering. Hey! And no, I'm not leveling it out myself. It does it automatically unless you turn that off.
A wave of droid bombers have been destroyed. Defend the incoming group.
Calculating odds of victory. Favorable outcome assured.
Now there's a satirical statement if I ever heard one. I'm hoping. Jared.
Like I'll be getting paid soon.
Power Rangers DVDs. I own the 4K of the new movie, but that's it. But I thought that EA was evil. I thought they were like the worst company in the world. I thought they were like part of Spectre or something.
Bombardment complete.
Die!
Departing.
Whee!
Republic Venator has restored power. Shields up. The weapon back on.
Now, saying that villains need to have some level of actual humanity and backstory, you just invalidated most of 1980s TV drama.
This will end well. I've staked my reputation on it.
Destroy. Ah! Whee! Oh shit!
The weapon overload successful. Shields disabled. New orders. Target engines to destroy Venator.
Out here, turn around.
Offensive.
Venator engine destroyed.
Ah.
One remaining.
The next, if I'm gonna check out anything Power Rangers-esque, so to speak, next thing I need to check out is I still need to watch Voltron Legendary Defender. I watched a few episodes and then
Approaching.
didn't go back to it, so I need to kind of restart it. But I've got that VR scenario you can play for it, and I haven't even touched it because I'm concerned that it'll spoil things if I didn't watch it, or if I didn't watch it first. Max number in play. Well, fine.
Affirming subsequent success.
Victory.
Defenses cleared for ground assault.
What color? That's racist. No, I don't know. If it was classic Voltron, then I would make it a point to be the blue lion, just because apparently you can just let the other person die and then take over the lion for them. What the hell? Okay, so is this an instance of it not showing progression like has happened before? Because that entire bar was not me during that match. But it only showed what it showed before the match even started, and didn't show any of the kills I got during that match. So is it back to the glitchiness that the issue was the first couple of days, where you'd go into a match and it would show at the end of the match where you were before the match, but not after the match? Because that seemed to have been fixed last night. Best Power Rangers I've ever seen wasn't even Power Rangers officially. It was the really high-budget fan film that they made where Katie Sackhoff was Pink Ranger. That was incredibly badass. And then they got a cease and desist and had to take it down. But it was pretty badass. So where am I actually? Because that's bullshit. Wait, it's time challenge. So is my time challenge done and it just isn't telling me? Yeah, my time challenge is done. But it was still telling me I need 3 more kills at the end of the match. So yeah, it's the glitchiness is coming back again. Fan-frickin-tastic. Great! So now 50 kills with the other types, I guess, should be my next goal. It's 250 for the next one of that one. Or I can just do some Galactic Assault or something and change things up. Where am I on trooper stuff? Let's see. Thermal detonator I can do with anybody. Vanguard. I need to do the Vanguard thing still, but that's going to be a pain. But I guess I could get more assault kills while I do it. I got the scan dart thing. I can do one as a bomber. I got the scan dart pack last night. Do I have the veteran? Actually, come to think of it. Where am I looking? I'm looking at career. That's my issue. Troopers. Did I get the veteran assault crate? Okay, I already got the veteran assault crate. So I need to do the other ones, though. I need to do the other types for 150 minutes. So I'll do one as bomber, and then I'll either go back and do a little bit of assault and try to do the thing, the Vanguard thing, or I'll just switch to another class. Watch this be like the one map where there's no bomber. Right off. Still kind of wish I could use a flight stick with this. But you'd have to be jumping back and forth flight stick and otherwise to go from mode to mode. Even then, I'm not sure how well it would work because of the way that the controls are set up on this game. You have to do a lot of button mapping and key binding and stuff.
It's an ambush. All Republic forces prepare for attack.
I don't have any cards for bomber, do I? Nope. No! Don't you default me.
They have no idea.
What? Did I not just choose bomber?
They've trapped our cruiser in their tractor beams. Destroy them. Free the ship. Crash detected.
No, I didn't. Bomber.
Eyes on the prize.
Eyes on the prize.
Top rate. Public bombers inbound. Keep those clankers off them.
The Doctor. He's the Doctor, by the way. Pleased to meet you. Run for your life. That's something I can't wait for. I can't wait to see the new Doctor actually in action.
Disable those tractor beams. That crew's
Yeah.
taking a load of damage.
No superhuman samurai squad. Although I think so years ago, if I'm remembering correctly, years ago,
Eliminated.
I was dating someone who wound up living with me with her kid, who I think watched that show. I think. It sounds familiar. It sounds like one of those long, kind of ridiculous names like a Hyper Robot Monkey Team Go or whatever the hell it is. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyper Force Go. Is that it? At At least the weapon doesn't overheat very fast for a Y-Wing.
Time to prove our mettle. Our bombers were shot down before they could reach their target.
I didn't notice that so much as I did notice that when it came down to like which pilots were flying at the Battle of Yavin and which were stuck just in the command center watching, it changed depending on which story you were reading. And also so did the reason for that, because, or so did the reason why they were short-handed, because there was in one story they were talking about how, well, we got all these pilots, but we don't have enough starfighters. And then another story was saying, well, we got all these starfighters, but there's not enough pilots to man all of them, so some of them are sitting there unused. And it's like, make up your damn mind and have some freaking consistency.
Remember me.
Yeah, that drove me nuts. Like a pirate with a ship's wheel on his belt. Arr, it's driving me nuts.
Only one cruiser remains.
Uh-oh.
The tractor beams are down.
Skim the surface.
Now, show them what clone troopers are capable of. It's time they learned a little.
Think I'm a clone now. There's always two of me, just a hanging around.
Take down that communications array.
Uh-oh.
They're trapped here with us.
Yep. Oh, somebody's already got it. I like flying around as Yoda. Oh, nope, nope, not interceptor. Bomber. Duh. Let's go, bruh. There's out and
The battle can still be won. Bloodborne failure highly probable. Our bombers have arrived. Help them complete their attack run.
That's a good start.
oh.
Let's do what we came here for.
They're adding at least more hero ships because they've already got at least, I think it's an A-Wing,
They're here.
a special hero A-Wing that's been announced for the so-called Season of the Last Jedi that starts on December 10th and runs to the end of December, where they're introducing Finn and Phasma and, the new, and some new story content and the crate map. I'm trying to remember where they're... I want to say it's Dakar is where they're doing the space battle map for Starfighter Assault for the next one. Ugh. Hopefully the new Thrawn Alliances will give us some chronological info to help us place the original Thrawn. Because that drove me nuts. As about the closest thing to a professional Star Wars chronology person as there is in the world outside of Lucasfilm. Holy shit, it was asinine. cycle as a Sith Lord it comes to. Load up, load up, load up, load up. Heroic sacrifice. Oh! Hit by the pole in between the legs. Or I mean, in between the wings.
Yoda. You seek Yoda.
Although that's not Yoda's interceptor that we saw in the Clone Wars. Because Yoda's interceptor in the Clone Wars didn't have the two little front parts.
Good missile. Yeah. Enemy in pursuit. Increased my speed.
Increased my speed I have.
Communication array destroyed. Let's clear the air of enemy fire.
Yoda was known for talking to himself while in battle. Apparently. Did you say take that? Whoa!
Their ship has a key structural flaw. If we destroy their control tower, the blast doors will open.
That ship has a key structural flaw. It's Star Wars, don't they all? Hey! Boom! Bye-bye, Yoda. Microphone is cracking? See if that helped. It may be the connection, though.
Odds look promising.
Lost doors open. The reactor's exposed. Hit it with everything you've got before they get their shields back online.
And like a Hollywood producer, the reactor was exposed.
Republic bombers incoming. Escort them to their target.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I did not fucking barrel roll. That barrel roll shit.
Our bombers made it through. Good work.
Bah, 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 bah. That Bureau of Ships and Services are bastards, aren't they? Then again, if they're kind of the DMV in space, well... Hello, hello, updates, and here we go. Get too far out of the leads. And down. And somehow I freaking rolled again.
It's almost over.
Leave my friends alone. Leave Brittany alone. Oh. I'm sorry, your shield generator's gonna have to be these big, easily shot at balls on the top of your ship. Pretty close to the bridge. And that was the whole thing with the Death Star, right? I mean, he set up the whole thing where the main reactor was set up in such a way that if it were to overload, it would destroy the rest of the station. But he didn't set up a means by, at least intentionally, a means by which you could actually go after the reactor. But when he was talking about, you know, the exhaust and whatnot, and how much there would be, and how you have to do some major changes to the structure of the station that would be very expensive to rebuild and redesign to get rid of the exhaust in another way. They were like, no, that's too expensive. We're just going to use the regular exhaust ports and do such and such. And that's what creates the vulnerability. That chance thing plus the reactor being set up so it could basically have a chain reaction that bring down the Death Star, according to the Rogue One novel, at least. It's always about cutting them costs.
Those are opening. Get in there and hit the reactor before they restore shields.
Stop firing on our bombers.
Alright, where is the dough? Where the dough? There the dough. What up, dough? Oh, shit! Bow, 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 bow.
We almost have this.
Almost! And we lost, because apparently I guess everybody died.
We've met our match. Retreat while we
Yeah.
still count.
Independence Day was a good what if Star Wars on Earth kind of movie. Finally saw Independence Day Resurgence, which wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but kind of bloated. And JL, I thought CG Tarkin was pretty phenomenal. I took my dad and stepmom to see Rogue One when I visited Indiana a little while after it was released. Or no, I take it back. They came down here and we went to see it, I think it was. I don't remember. But anyway, we went to go see it, and they had no idea because they didn't know enough about Peter Cushing to realize he had passed away. So they were shocked to realize that that wasn't actually him. 18 more with that one. Yoda. One more objective and I've got another one. 500 credits.
Successful.
Sweet.
Commence destruction of Republic forces.
Might as well. CGI Leia movie? No, not entirely CGI, unless the movie itself is entirely CGI, as opposed to a live-action movie that has her as CGI the entire time. But I could see a slightly older 11 from Stranger Things doing a young Leia type of movie. But then you'd have to run into the whole issue of, well, how old is she relative to what we see in Leia, Princess of Alderaan? 3, 2, 1. Let's get one more objective and some more kills. But objective, oh, show.
Republic forces are targeting our tractor beams in an effort to free their cruiser.
Well, then let's kill them.
Threat detected.
I'm not even entirely sure what these abilities are. Electronic countermeasures. Instantly fires a missile at up to 3 different targets and 2 proton. Okay. That's pretty good.
Republic bombers
Whoa.
inbound. Intercept attack run.
I still don't know if on this game there is a drop-off on your blaster power if you slow down, or if you speed up, and if you slow down it gets, your blasters get more powerful the way that it did in the first game. I see nothing in the instructions that tell us that, but there's a lot of stuff they don't bother to tell you in the tutorial / instructions.
Through. Intercept.
Tactical under attack.
Alright, there was my 25. Looks like. Video games don't need instructions. Wait, I just got no battle points? Or it counted already? That's weird.
advisable.
I think arcades. I found arcades all right. I want to go back and start doing some of the
Our
2-star ones now.
tractor beams are brought offline. The Republic
Keep
cruiser
knocking out some of
will
the
be free.
milestones.
Republic
Goodbye.
cruiser destroyed.
Stop, cruiser! Crash! Crash!
Sensor reports damage.
Why not? Maul and Kylo Ren both diving into battle.
Return.
Ooh!
Detecting damage.
What's he got?
Tractor beams
Stealth?
critical.
Let me show you the power of the dark.
Holy shit, those cannons fire fast. They overheat fast, but damn!
That connected.
Damn! I like it.
Tractor beams destroyed. Continue general defense.
Defense of the general or general defense? Woo! I like that cloaking device. And those fast firing cannons. Get close to somebody and just rip them to shreds. Me like it. Whoa!
This one proves persistent.
Republic forces now targeting our communications array to prevent us from requesting reinforcements.
You know, I honestly don't remember. Be cool to see an Order 66, yes. But that would assume that it's basically troopers versus Jedi, so it would be a pretty unbalanced thing unless there's a very low number of Jedi available. I don't remember seeing it in combat at all. Then again, that Darth Maul series was mostly forgettable too, so the comic series it is.
Damage detected.
Damage detected.
Republic bombers detected. Eliminate immediately.
Well, then I guess you need to send out Laserbeak.
Offensive engaged. Enemy reinforcements detected.
Critical threat detected. Incoming enemy capital ships. Venator class.
You know how long it took me to realize they were saying Venator and not Benatar, and like just talking about the singer? We are young. Shit, 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 shit. Countermeasures. Clone Wars is a battlefield. A battlefront, as the case may be.
Warning. Republic bombers are
Where'd he
firing on our
go?
forces.
Lower predictability of
All I want to do is kill you. Is that so wrong?
Only one Republic cruiser remains.
Bye-bye, Smokey McSmoker. I like the Hyena bomber relative to the TIE bomber. I mean, I like that they play differently, but at the same time, it does mean that sometimes there's a significant difference in how well
locking on.
bomber's gonna perform, or the the other classes are going to perform. Oh, sorry, that's one of ours. Our bad, my bad. Don't blame me. I'm just a droid.
Communications array critical. Destruction imminent.
Farewell. Keep fighting.
Well, keep fighting. Who was that? That's supposed to be Maul?
Defensive failure.
Oh. Yeah, we're probably going to lose this one. I'm assuming.
Analyzing battlefield.
Analyzing Battlefield, finding storytelling and gameplay tropes, translating with Star Wars skin to Battlefront.
Major setback detected.
Communications array destroyed. Deterioration of events continues. Formulating countermeasures. All cruisers destroyed. Strategic.
It'd be nice to get something like Lothal or something. I know we're getting Crate for Galactic Assault, and we're getting so we're getting Crate for Galactic Assault, and we're getting Dakar for Starfighter Assault. Or
There is no room for
whatever it's
failure.
called. This. Oh shit! There's no room for failure, so get out. Oh yeah. Oh, for
Enemy fire.
he should be dead by now. These hyena bombers can take some punishment. Except crashing into, that. I don't know, they could use Fantasy Flight art and have Ezra be one of the heroes, and one of his powers is to knock people down with his nose.
Alert. Control tower disabled. Reactor exposed. Urgent. Concentrate all efforts on defense.
That's reactor exposed, Sean, not Brent Rector exposed, Sean. Or Ratner, or whatever his asshole's name is.
Danger. Enemy bomber.
Easy to confuse. Millennium Falcon! How dare you play the objective? You must die.
Enemy bombers destroyed.
Whoa.
Destroy the bombers.
Shields back online.
Oh crap!
Doors operational.
I'm
Control
trapped!
tower defense.
Ah!
Tactical. Conditions deteriorating.
Look at Kylo Ren! If you ever need mascara, contact Kylo. He's got plenty.
Defeat conditions approaching.
Oh, for crap's sake, just die, will ya? Oh!
Sim training necessary. Pause predicted.
Yeah, I think this will be probably my last match because I'm looking at, it's about 5:30 now, and I got some deviled eggs to make and stuff like that. Before my wife gets home, we do a lot more of the whatever cooking can be done tonight.
Alert. Enemy bombers have initiated their attack run.
That wasn't the warning.
Shields online. Blast doors closing. Defend the control tower.
They sure repair that control tower quick.
I have grown restless.
You've grown racist? Oh, restless. Seriously, Maul. You gotta be more clear. You gotta enunciate better, bro.
Damage detected.
13. We might win this segment. 12. 10. Yeah, we'll probably get this one.
Appears imminent.
Republic ship count dwindling. Victory conditions approach. Eliminate fighters.
Nice.
Error detected. Blast doors opening. Defend the reactor. Alert. Critical damage detected.
Stay out of our ship,
Destruction
you
imminent. Immediate
mother...
intervention.
Did we win? Victory!
Victory secured. Ambush
Woo!
successful.
I'd love to see them announce something for VR for Battlefront 2, but I don't know that... I don't imagine it'd be this early, unless it's one of those, oh crap, our sales are down 60% from what we thought it was going to be. We're so screwed by all this bad press, we better announce something soon. That kind of thing. Ooh, claim reward, claim reward, claim reward. Hey, I did it! Oh no, that's dark. That's a different one. It's a different one that required only one. But hey, I'll take it. 5 more kills and I'll have that one too. Cool. Let's see what it gave me. Ow. I'm gripping it so tight, my wedding ring is like crushing my finger now. Love the wedding ring though. It's got the... It's like circular, but it's got like a ring of diamonds going down the center line of it. And the inside she had inscribed, "May the Force be with us." So, keep her. Marathon before... I don't know, I haven't decided yet. I'm definitely not doing the same kind of marathon I did before where it has all of Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff in it too, because there's just not time. But I need to do more, get more of the commentaries done for Clone Wars for my Patreon soon anyway, so I'll probably be doing more Clone Wars viewing soon. Okay, so what is this? 25 objectives in Starfighter Assault. Okay, that's 500 credits. 1 kill streak with the Dark Side Hero ship. 250 credits. Is that it? Crap, that's it. So I'm close. I've still got to get about 570 credits, and then I'll be able to unlock... probably Palpatine next, and then after that I'll go for the 10,000 for Chewbacca, and then I'll start being able to actually spend my credits on crates. And to answer official, no, I have still not seen Kashyyyk. I even played some more Galactic Assault last night. Still didn't see Kashyyyk. But on this stream it was all Starfighter Assault stuff, so there wasn't a chance to. But okay, so I'm going to head out of here. More than likely I will probably do a stream on Friday. Sorry, scraping my own microphone. On Friday, and then probably on Saturday. So expect more streams there. Depends on when Michael and I get back together to do the next Cloud City Casino, where we actually talk about the gameplay of multiplayer and arcade mode. We're saving the campaign for a separate episode. So we'll be recording that soon. But beyond that, should be able to jump on here and do some more streaming here Friday and Saturday. So I'll be jumping on there. For those of you, thank you. For those of you who are in the U.S., have a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully you will have a lot of good food without a lot of bad indigestion. Though, honestly, the good food, if it's good enough, balances out the indigestion, right? Right? Come on. When next you see me, I will probably have gained like 20 pounds because I'll be eating a lot of turkey and mashed potatoes and such. And I'll come in like Jabba and be like, oh. What is milestone? Oh. But until then, yeah, you can check out the 2 newest videos also on the YouTube channel for those who are curious. There is a PlayStation VR, especially if you're going to be going out for Black Friday looking for PlayStation VR. Check out the PlayStation VR video I just put up in the last couple of days on YouTube. It is a holiday buying guide. It goes through the different iterations of the PlayStation VR headset, hardware, processor box hardware, motion controllers, the cameras, and then goes through and lets you know which bundles have which versions of the hardware in it, so that if you are out there looking for PSVR, you'll be able to find a bundle that has the hardware that you want. As always, my advice would be don't buy a bundle just because of the software. Buy a bundle for the hardware that you want, because you can always buy the software separately. I also just today uploaded a new video that is a look at the deluxe edition of the Rebel Files by Dan Wallace, which is the newest of those Becker and Mayer Star Wars books that come in the elaborate cases. In this case, a case that pops open and then pops up a little projector that projects a picture of either the first or second Death Star, depending on a dial that you turn up on a little screen, along with an in-universe book with 5 little in-universe documents replicated and stuck inside it. Good stuff. All of which you can find on the YouTube channel. Of course, you can find Cloud City Casino, where we've talked about the Battlefront controversies recently, over at StarWarsReport.com. It is the newest episode. Talks about the controversy about the price of the characters that they then shifted down. Talks about the microtransactions controversy. Talks about the Belgian gambling investigation into the concept of microtransactions in Battlefront in particular. And then there's a part with, again, sort of an economics lesson talking about the nature of microtransactions, why they exist, how they fit into the grand scheme of things, and how something has to give somewhere when it comes to AAA games and production costs versus consumer costs. All that in Cloud City Casino's newest episode over at StarWarsReport.com. And while you're there, you can check out Star Wars Beyond the Films, which I also host with Mark Hurleman, talking about Star Wars stories and whatnot. Until then, again, till next stream, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Love being able to answer the questions and have the conversation with you instead of just sitting around playing, which I think would get really dull really quickly. So thanks, guys, and have a good next couple of days, and hopefully I will catch you on Friday.